If your novel becomes the title of a band's record and that band is Biffy Clyro, that's the first sign that something's wrong with the novel. Hi everyone, here's the Book Chemist once again, and last week I reviewed The 50-Year Sword by Mark Danielewski, which, like the rest of Danielewski's production, is an experimental, innovative novel with a very weird form, which I found was a bit of a failed experiment, and I couldn't really recommend it to anybody. And today I'm reviewing Only Revolutions, also by Danielewski, also extremely innovative and very experimental with its form, and I hate it too. It sucked. I'll take that back. It's not that it sucks, and unlike The 50-Year Sword, which I wouldn't recommend to anyone, I don't think it works. It's probably great as a live show. It has been adapted for the stage, but as a novel it doesn't work. Unlike that, Only Revolutions, I can totally see how some people will find it a great read and a great experience. And there's lots of great stuff in here, and that's the main reason why I get angry, because that awesome stuff is wasted in a novel that I found a little bit too much, very simply put. Only Revolutions, I usually do not talk about the form of the novel, especially in experimental novels, because I think part of the entertainment, of the reading act is to find out for yourself. But let me just say that you can read it both ways, because, you probably don't say shit, but half of the page goes to one narrative and the other half goes to the other narrative in the book, and you can turn the book around and these two narratives cross over into each other at certain times. It's a love story, and at that, it's a beautiful love story. There's other stuff on the page. There's historical notations close to the spine of the book, on the margin of the page. And sometimes the historical notations, there's some form of contagion. Stylistic contagion is the theoretical word that goes on, so that you find references to the historical notes in the text of the novel for whatever reason, and the text of the novel itself is halfway between poetry and between some kind of stream of consciousness. If that sounds unreadable, it's because it really isn't. It really is unreadable. In my video on The 50-Year Sword, I talked about the D factor, which is the fact that Danielewski's books appear unreadable when you read them one page at a time, a single sentence at a time, but then when you keep reading, meaning comes out of this very weird narrative in a way that is very beautiful, because, despite these formal limitations, you get an amazing story. Here, that doesn't really happen. You do get a story, and you do get a, again, beautiful love story, but I challenge anyone to, gather more than a vague and foggy, semblance of meaning from the passages in this book. Of course, at times you see these people traveling on the road on some kind of car. At times it seems like someone has shot their pants. At times they're having sex, I guess. But that's it, you can you have to use your intuition, but not in the kind of way that it's rewarding, in the kind of way that makes you wonder why you're bothering to do that. There's so much lyrical beauty in some passages of this book, and there are beautiful love declarations, and it's a great reflection on the importance of, counting on each other, counting on the person you love in order to survive, even though you believe you are some kind of god. Because you might be, because sometimes you talk to animals, or the animals talk to you, who knows. It's a book about love, and love is great, but no, in this case, Danielewski's experimentation didn't win me at all. Some of Danielewski's books works very well. House of Leaves is great, even though I've been told in the comments that my impression of House of Leaves changed drastically from my first reading to my second reading, and I do believe that once you already know what to expect from the book, lots of the annoying parts are not as annoying as they were at the first time. The Familiar is a good series, I think, but that's a whole different matter. Only Revolutions, I don't think it works. Let me know what you think about Only Revolutions, because I know some people love it, and as I said, certain people who are not so put off by experimental writing and form, and who are more interested in the kind of lyrical style you find in this novel, I'm sure they can have a great experience with it. If you're on the fence, my suggestion is read a few pages straight, and you probably won't understand shit. But you know, if that doesn't put you off, then you might have a good time with the book. My guess is that most of you will be put off by the first few pages. It doesn't get much better than that. I kept expecting this book to make more sense, and I was like, I'm sure the second half is going to be more understandable. No, that doesn't happen. Let me know what you thought about Only Revolutions in the comments below. Thank you for watching, guys. Read Danielewski's other books, which are awesome, as I mentioned. Bye, guys.